إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونتوكل عليه ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله بلغ الرسالة وأدى الأمانة ونصح الأمة وكشف الغمة وجاهد في الله حق جهاده حتى أتاه اليقين. اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبع هداه واستنى بسنته إلى يوم القيامة. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد، فأوصيكم أيها المؤمنون والمؤمنات بتقوى الله عز وجل والسمع والطاعة، وأوصيكم بأن نعود إلى الدين الإسلامي والسنة النبوية المطهرة ردا جميلا، لأن في ذلك فلاح الأمة أفرادا ومؤسسات بإذن الله في الدنيا والآخرة. أما بعد، all praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the provider and the sustainer. I bear witness there's no God, only Allah, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is indeed his messenger and the seal of all prophets. My dear Muslim brothers and sisters, I call upon you to always turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to always turn to Quran al-Kareem for guidance, for always turn to a sunnah, the tradition of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the directives, in order to make sure that you don't leave this dunya except that you are on the righteous way, except that you have your deen from the finest source possible, except that whatever you do, as long as it's related to ibadah, it has source, it has authority, and is being endorsed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, because he is the one chosen by Allah to bring the deen. He is the one chosen by Allah to explain the deen. He's the one chosen by Allah to show us the way, the best way. There are many ways. There are many paths. There are free way and there are many other wrong ways. From the freeway, there are many who can take other turns and make U-turns and wrong exits. We see that live in our daily lives. You can be driving on the right course, on the right freeway, but for some reason then you may take a wrong exit. Yeah, you were on the right, you were driving on the right path, but for some reason, personal, interpersonal, for distraction, texting, talking, then you get distracted and get off the freeway. You have to go to gas station and ask, they may show you the way or mislead you. So it's very important that you stay the course. If you look at what is happening today, there are legislations, open legislations that you don't drive texting, don't drive talking. They're trying to make you focus, so you don't get out of your mind. You don't take the wrong exit, so you don't involve in accident and kill someone or be killed. So this is how people are managing people. People wanting you to stay focused, to stay the course. So when we turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is very important. Don't be a Muslim and then be doing other things that are not endorsed by Islam. Don't be a Muslim praying, but then you have marinated or you have added so many things that make your deen so confused and not clean. You don't want to do that. You don't want to go to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with all of this baggage and garbage and mess up with you. You want to go to Allah clean. وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ Muslimun. Do not dare die. Don't allow yourself to die except that you are a Muslim, the one who submit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as per the commandment and the directives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I want you and I to just reflect a few moments on this ayah from Quran al-Kareem. In Surat Al-Noor, ayah number 55. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. وعد الله الذين آمنوا منكم وعملوا الصالحات ليستخلفنهم في الأرض كما استخلف الذين من قبلهم وليمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم وليبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا وليبدلنهم من بعد خوفهم أمنا يعبدونني لا يشركون بي شيئا ومن كفر بعد ذلك فأولئك هم الفاسقون وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وأطيعوا الرسول لعلكم ترحمون. This is one of the finest lines in the whole Quran. The whole Quran is very fine. But some verses have compounded, they have so many directions, so many beautiful instructions or guidance that will make it easy for you if we as Muslims turn to those verses. Surat Al-Noor, ayah 55, Allah Ta'ala said, and I want you to go back to the surah and the ayah and try to read it to your family, reflect, think, and then look at our situation today as Muslims in Bakersfield, Muslims in Oakland, Muslims in California, in America, in the whole world. Are we doing well? Are we really on course? And then what can we do? This is how we can move on. We have to think critically and be able to address issues so that we can succeed. Because it will be a painful result for you to be a Muslim, to dress as a Muslim, to claim you're a Muslim, and then go to Akhirah something else. That's a very painful choice, a very painful end. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, in the ayah I just mentioned, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised amongst you those who believe. So the ayah is very clear. Those who believe among you. So the belief, the iman, the purity of our aqidah is very important. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مِنْكُمْ, amongst you. So the ayah is not just open to just anyone who believes. The word minkum could be understood as some of you who believe, because the belief has different levels. We are having different degrees of iman, of faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the promise is not going to be happening to everybody who just claims he's a believer. It's only those who believe and confirm the belief and continue to renew their belief in Allah until they die. So these are the people who Allah is going to promise. And first of all, look at the promise. Then here we have a promise, and we have the promiser, the one who promised, and then the promised. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who is making the promise. And do you know how that is so big? When Allah promises, He never fails His promise, because there is nothing that can stop Allah. As a human being, you are weak, your knowledge is always limited, your access is not always everywhere, you don't have all knowledge, you are not all knowing like Allah. That's why when you say I'm going to do something tomorrow or anytime, you have to say Insha'Allah. When you say Insha'Allah, you have agreed that you are a human being and your knowledge is limited, and you may or may not be able to do what you promised. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere, all the time. Nothing comes next to Allah. Nothing comes close to Allah in His powers, prowess, and ability to do whatever He want to do. So when He promised, it's confirmed. It's already endorsed. It's already been in action. Wa'ada. So Allah is promising, and we know as Muslims, inna Allah la yukhliful mi'ad. Allah does not fail His promise. That's number one point, one key point. When Allah promises, He never fails His promise. So the issue now is left for us as Muslims, whether we can live up to attract that promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's number one. In Surah Al-Rum, ayah 47, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكَانَ حَقًّا عَلَيْنَا نَصْرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. It is our duty, haqq, the right upon us as Allah, that believers, the real believers, are supported and aided by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have to, Allah said, I will support them, come what may. True believers, those who confirm their belief and those who renew their belief, who always check and make sure that they are not doing anything wrong, anything out of the teachings, away from the teachings of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we have the promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there are many ayat confirm the promise. Surah Al-Rum 47, and also in Surah Al-Safat, وَإِنَّ جُنْدَنَا لَهُمُ الْغَالِبُونَ. Indeed, our army, our if you want a club, or Jundullah, Hizbullah, those who believe in Allah, who accept Allah unconditionally, they are going to be triumphant, victorious. These are confirmed ayat in Quran. Wherever you open, you see Allah promising. So Allah promises and He confirms His promise and He's going to fulfill it. Or the promise is ready, but it is us who may or may not be able to live up to the expectation. Now the promise are the believers. And Allah said, minkum, amongst you. Those who are real and true believers. Or this could be from all the believers. The mean here could be tabi'id, part of you, some of you, or ibtida' al-jins. It's among all those who turn to be believers, those who accept Islam and solidify their aqidah. So it could be all of us if we stand firm and true to our faith. Or some of us, those who are the best, those whose faith can never be corrupted. So whatever way you go, the promise is there, and it is whether all of the believers or some of the believers who are the, if you want, heavyweights in their iman, who are the elites, will attain it. But the bottom line is the promise has been said and is there waiting for you and I. So what is the promise? What has Allah promised us? In the ayah, we will say that Allah has mentioned three key things that Allah promised to give us to the believers. لا يستخلفنهم في الأرض. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you, will grant you succession in the land, on the face of earth. On earth, Allah will grant you succession. That you'll be able to rule, you'll be able to succeed the companions, to be able to be vicegerent of Allah Ta'ala, khulafa Allah fil ard. You'll be able to be not just underdog, not just marginalized people, but the strong ones. You'll be able to stand tall, be able to speak loud, you'll be able to do what you want to do as believers, as Muslims. Not being second class, not being sidelined, not being pushed aside, but you are the front line. You are the ones who are speaking and others to listen. You are the ones who are taking decisions and others will follow. You are the ones who plan, because Allah is right with you. Allah is with you every step of the way. That's istikhlaf. لا يستخلفنكم في الأرض ولا يمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم. So Allah said He will make you, He will grant you succession in the way Allah made to the ummah, the communities and the people who came before you. And Allah Ta'ala يمكنن لهم دينهم الذي ارتضى لهم. The promise number 2, that Allah Ta'ala is going to give you authority to practice your deen on earth. Authority. يمكنن لهم دين تمكين. Making you pray without fear, making you wear as a Muslim without fear, making you live in your deen, live in the deen, live in your religion. Practicing is to the core. Tamkeen, that's tamkeen. Are you a Muslim? Are you a Muslimah? Yes, indeed, I'm a Muslim. Say it loud and proud. Then change your name, then change your face, then change the way you look, the rest Muslim. Speak Muslim. Interact as Muslim. Buy and sell, do business as Muslim. Tamkeen. Don't just be afraid. Don't run away. Don't change your name. Don't do things as a Muslim. You want to hide. Don't hide your identity. No one is hiding his identity. And Allah will be there for you.